What is going on, everybody? I'm just going to shoot straight to the jump right now. I do not know if everything is up and working right now. We are live, though, and I'm going to keep testing it. I don't know how many people are coming in. I just wanted to jump in. It's been a year since we're going. I haven't even tested the network. I decided today is the day that we were going to go live. I wanted to wait till next week as I build the different parts like the news channels and the crypto channels, things like that. But in the meantime, we went ahead and go live as we work these kinks out because I believe we possibly have just bottomed in crypto market across the board. We hit the targets that I've been looking for, so I think we have bottomed. But you know what? I'm not quite sure if my live is set, so I'm over here setting things up. I still need to come in here and check the live chat. Let me switch and see what the live feed is. If we get rid of the ticker. Let's see, I think we're there on the live. Yeah. Let me see if I can bring up a chat to see if this thing is even going yet. Because it says, I think I'm live. I think it looks, yeah. I'm looking over here looking at the quality of it. Oh, man. Well, my friends, I think we are live and we are going. Yes, we are. So this is my first podcast in a long, long time, like on a large, large scale. So I just figured we'd talk a little bit today, and we're going to go through some charts today, and this is more just to kind of talk through people as we go into the closing for the day. I mean, today was crazy. We're going to go a little bit of a news. I had a little TikTok thing pop off that we're going to look at. I think I found the American Bankers Association, like their first, the actual letter there. I'm also trading right now. I'm in a small trade with mana, like a 5,000 mana trade, nothing big, just something little right now as I pick up. I did catch some of the trade earlier. We're going to go through some of that stuff and just walk through what is, on Bitcoin, what is on XRP, what else do we see? So what I have been looking for, what I've been looking to do is try to get somebody on here, actually a guy who does a lot of analysis with me, and we're going to try to live this and get everything going together. But my issue is here, I can't figure out how to, he's in Chicago, I'm in Texas, so I want to kind of live stream at the same time with everything without breaking everything down. So today is a little bit of a test just to see what happens and how it goes. So in the meantime, let me go ahead and just jump right into the charts, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. We're just going to look at this as we grow, what I'm looking for, what can we see next? A little live TA here to see what is in our ballpark. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to let this kind of warm up and people look around a little bit before I jump in. So let me try to shoot a message to the little bro here and see if he is where he's at. I mean, this is what I want to start doing. So I honestly, every night from 5:30 to 6:30, I want to come on and hit the stream. Why do I want to hit the stream now? Mainly because I was thinking about it earlier. Like everyone streams like 8, 9 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m. But like there's not a lot of streaming. When I go to YouTube now around this time, 5:30 to 6:30, around 5:30 to 6:30, I see all my Sky News, my BBC News, or the Bloomberg News, or the close of the financial market. Not so many crypto people. So I thought I'd go live here as we do the closing and see if maybe start a little live stream every other day, once a week. I don't even know yet. I just want the live stream right now just to kind of get it out of my system and just mess around because we got little segments here. We got like the breaking news segment. We're going to have the Christ and Crypto segment that I'm going to work into this eventually. Not eventually, but little segments as I work on the editing aspect of it. And then we're going to also do obviously the TA. And if you guys haven't been able to pay attention or see different calls and TA that I've been making, I guess we can watch some of those as we see. And if people come in, and I'll go ahead and talk on the chat real quick just to say hi. Oh, shoot. Dr. Coco, what's up, man? I just see that. I just see Dr. CCO. What's up, Christian? We've missed having you. Hope you're good, man. I am doing wonderful. I'm trying to get this set up a little better. We're in a new area, new office. Bought a home recently. I'm in Dallas, Texas now. So we are doing our thing. And I'm really excited to finally be, set up to talk to you guys that we used to talk back when I started the podcast back in 2020, right? Back in 2020 with the deep dives and all those other crazy things that we were doing. Now I'm at the point I kind of wanted to settle in with the company. Like I said, I bought a house. Married now, by the way. Yeah, I'm married now. I have a stepdaughter, a dog, puppy, a Mastiff Shepherd mix, and 2 cats. I married those cats. I'm allergic to cats. So now they're on a walk around the neighborhood right now. What's going on, bullish on XRP? Me too, brother. Look at that. Rocking it today. I'm rocking the XRP hoodie today because, man, I think that I've been waiting for this last bottom. And as you can see here, we'll dive into this a little bit. But just updating you guys on what's been going on in my life, man. I'm excited. It's the top of the new year. Daughter started school on Wednesday, you know, so, and she's, man, it's insane. So now the house is quiet during the day. We're still looking at doing like a commercial space, but right now with all the, C19, C21, whatever we're at, whatever variant right now, I don't want to go off and get an office building and go off and get floors because I don't, even though I'm in Texas, I'm in, the great country of Texas down here. I'm not sure if they're going to start, shutting things down again on a federal level that could affect everything. So this is the safe space. I'm set up now. I got all my screens and I got, my books back here. I got some of my other little things. I got my trading board over here, man. Like, I'm excited to go and to teach and to get things rolling because right now, I believe, is the time. Like, I believe right now we are getting ready to kick it off. And I know everything's been stretched out and you're hearing like all these different calls from all these different types of TA people. You got your bulls, you got your bears, you got your push no matter what, right? And I have just been kind of watching the charts and, I'll go through. And if you've been watching my little daily drops since the first, you can kind of see where we've been heading and just getting ready for this to go. Now, spoiler alert, okay? Thank you, Dr. CCO. I appreciate it, brother. Spoiler alert. Bitcoin has topped. Oh, don't leave me. Don't leave me yet, man. Don't leave me. But Bitcoin has topped. Bitcoin has topped. But before we go there, let's go back and watch. I'm just going to bring up, I don't know how well this is going to play for you guys. So let's just bring up, let's see here. I'm going to go to the 6-minute mark here. Yes, one. We're going to let this play. I believe 57 cents is on the table. I'm not calling for it now. However, with Bitcoin making another 5%, 10% down move, I'm going to let this. I could see things selling off real quick. With XRP hitting, 60. It's not very clear on my end. So let me do this. We're going to do this. No, we're not. 5 cents. I think we can. Something like that. That's not too bad. That's what I see here. I actually got into the trade. Let me find. Bring this up for you, and then we'll call it the quits. So I was really looking at this 77 cents, right? I got in at 72 cents down here. This is my actual trade played out. My trade was 72. I thought we might stop around here. We came all the way down. I got out at 76 around here, this area, and let this play out. I'm currently in a small trade right now, trying to work this out to see what happens here. We're back testing 77, which when we break 77, that's how I knew we would get down to 71. So this is the area that I am watching and trying to see.
As this is playing out, guys, go ahead and throw some questions in the chat.
After this area,
come on, Dr. CCO,
I still think we can roll over.
Play out so you guys
I'm not done yet with it, but it has sufficed my 71-cent target. But now we are forming a rising wedge. And if you guys know what this normally does, is a YG res normally breaks down. And so I could see a back test, or at least a back test of 72, right? I'd be okay with the refill of 72, not creating a lower low, but breaking out, because this kind of bricked up. Bitcoin breaks down to 40. That would break this down, 10%, right? And 10% would be 7.5 cents. So I could see that,
on
that would
Actually, I kind of
So
like that.
I just wanted to play that part for you because that's what I expected to do, and I took it off here, but let's go ahead and go here. You can see it. So this is the wedge that I drew here, right? This is the wedge that ended up coming up and playing all the way out, and it broke all the way down. It took a while, guys, but look, it came down here to the full target of the 4618, and that's what I was looking to do. It actually wicked down there this morning. Look at that. Look how insane that is. Right to my line. 68, excuse me, guys. 68.98. And I think I said this earlier. It didn't even fill me. It's crazy. I got it. And I'll say what I had. I had 500,000. I had 500,000 XRP buy there. It did not fill. That's okay. It back tested at 70. I got it and got it. See some questions here. I see. Thank you, Doctor. I says your TA has been spot on the last couple of days. Appreciate you, brother. I'm just trying to work it out, man. Trying to work it out. How low do you think XRP will go? Need to stack more. Hey, man. Okay, so here's why I'm live streaming right now. Here, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I'm live streaming right now. Okay? Do you see this? From this move here, okay? This is the move that I am doing this for. So last time we hit the 0.5, and I'll break into this a little bit more. But I'm basically a Fibonacci and trade pattern trader, right? Like pattern trader. I look for wedges, I look for parabolic moves for the break, and then I look for the bottom swings to enter and then get there. So, a lot of people, after a pump, a lot of people jump into it. But me, I like to look for the high, the low, then the next higher low. And then from there, I can do a retrace with my fib and look for a full play out. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So we're gonna go, and I like to trade on KuCoin. I'm gonna widen this margin a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this when I go full screen. So this is not on the, this plays out on the 6 hour. There you go. Okay. Thought it was running from me. See if we can slowly get this not to disappear, because it likes to disappear. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna extend the lines for you so you guys can see it. I know now it looks like a mess, but what happened here, guys, is you see this high, low, higher, low, and then I'm able to draw my fib. So I'm gonna delete that and so let you guys see me do this live. So high, low, higher, low. And again, I grab the trend-based fib extension, okay? And then when this happens, is what it does is it gives me a full extension. Now I know I have this extended lines right now, but it gives me the full extension of the correction, like at worst, what this part of the correction will look like before we get a significant bounce, some kind of retrace, what they love to call a dead cat bounce, right? And this is how I'm getting those numbers. So when I line this up, and I look for multiple confirmations, okay? But when I line this up, it tells me, hey, this is what we're doing. We're going to go high, and then here is normally, this candle here is normally where you short. And I did do some shorting for XRP, but not too much. I wanted to make sure this played out because I'm waiting for a massive entry. And look, and this started December 23rd to December 24th. Now, before I go, it says reconnection successful. So I'm going to assume that we have been recording the whole time, and maybe you are just going to be behind because it buffered on my end. So you guys are going to buffer a little bit. I just saw that it backslid. So I apologize for that, guys. Let's see here. December 23rd, now that it's loading. All right. December 24th. December 22nd. December 24th. December 24th. Here we go. So this is where it started, okay? Now, when I want you to see here, you see how I drew that high, low, lower high? You see that? 1, 2, 3. I keep looking to the right because I'm playing this on my left to make sure that I see it, okay? Sorry, guys. I know it's dropping off and back on, but high, low, higher, low, right? So this is the start of the actual wave structure. So wave 1, 2, on that wave. Let's kind of do it. Now we're doing a retrace. And this was on December, you can see up here, December 24th, so Christmas Eve. And I had it play out, and then once it rejected from a couple lines, I drew an arrow down to say 84 cents was my next target. I haven't said I've tightened my stop loss on XRP, looking for a liquidation wick overnight. I don't want to get liquidated on Christmas morning. Buy set for 84.6 cents just in case. And that was at 91.4 cents is when I posted this. Well, fast forward, so there's Christmas, and I hadn't heard anything, and there's a little thing for Solomon I put out, talked about Solo, and then December 27th happened, and then, boom, December 28th, 4 days later. And I said my timing sucked, but my TA was on point. Can't say I was patient enough, and this one hurt, guys, because I saw it, and I wasn't patient enough to let it set out. It did a little drop, and then it held. I got excited, jumped in, and again, I'm day trading here. My swing trades are my hodls. I hold, which we've talked about, but I also make that money swing trading. I rushed, I jumped into it, and I got caught, and that's what I'm talking about here, right? So here you see high, low, higher, low. We said at 91 cents it was going to break down, and look, boom, straight to 84.89. Again, that's the exact target that I was looking for, right? 84.89, and it hit. So there's the arrow drawing down. But guys, from that point on, that's which one was that? Right? We're just here in this section. That was the gap filled, okay? That's here. I know I'm hopefully you guys can see that. So this was posted on December 28th. See that gap filled? That's the purple box that we're looking for. There was a little pump-up gap that I figured would get filled. And now, here we are. There is that wick right there that came to fill that gap and then come through, as it always does, came up, continued. You can see on the side here, these are our actual fibs we're looking at. So it's working its way down, went to the 2326, which I expect in fib. That's kind of a bounce area. Bounce to see. It was a really weak bounce. Bitcoin was doing some weird things. And XRP has always, guys, every single time, pumped and come all the way back down some way, somehow. But not just that, on the correction, it does the full extension. And what I mean by the full extension is here, up, down, now I can measure. So as soon as that happened at 101, I, in the back of my mind, was like, man, 68 cents is a possibility. Boom, right there. 68 cents, and I was like, man, but it normally doesn't go to the 4. It goes like if it's going to bounce up and we're not completely crashing, we're looking at the 4.5, which is 69 cents. And I have a whole bunch of other things I was looking at, but 68, 67, 69 kept coming up. So since one of my golden rules is wherever you're going to trade, that's the kind of chart you should do your TA, right? So this is KuCoin specifically. I'm day trading here, right? So my chart should be done on KuCoin, not on Bittrews or Binance's or Coinbase. That makes no sense because my entries are going to be off. Well, here, my entry was right on point. It did its full extension, and that's how I got that target. So Dr. CO just asked me, said, do I see us dropping off? Well, we've hit my full extension, right? We've almost come to the S5. Now, we've hit 98% of the full extension. We could still come down to 67.86 cents. So 68 cents. I would not be surprised if that happened, but I'm not counting on it. Am I counting on a double tap? It always happens. It always happens. But in this space that we're in, we got to look on Bitcoin. But double taps is how they get it. They get people trapped. That long or short, and they think, and they get out and they go. That's just kind of how this market goes. It's this fib, which I know this looks weird now because I let it play out. This actually, guys, comes from this right here, right? So That's from this top to this bottom. And when it rejects off the 50 cent mark, 50% mark, which it did right here, which is one of my other rules. Whenever my fib rejects off the 50, so it goes down, up, and then comes, it's obviously getting back, it's rejecting off the 1, but when it rejects off the 50, for me, that says we're going back down at least 10%, 5 to 10% lower, and that's what confirmed that we were going down to here, to 69 cents. Now, I know that's a lot, and I'm going crazy, so hopefully you guys are being able to keep up. I'm really trying to figure out how to get someone else on here with me. You know, I know I got Lee in Houston. You know, we've been talking a little bit. I got my boy Leo in Miami. I got Mike in Chicago. I got Ilya in Oakland. I got Kat down in Miami. These are people I'm trying to figure out how to get on here and talk about the different things, because we still got like Metaverse that we're making the big plays on. Those are the big plays now. So that's where we're going. And then the ISO 22, which I'm going to get to, you know, the TikTok that I dropped a couple days ago, that's, you know, got 10,000 views plus now. I just started the TikTok channel, so I'll send that to here and I'll bring that up and we can watch it together. But man, it's just been crazy watching these charts play out exactly what we thought. I mean, some of you guys, like, I know some of you guys, when you go back and watch this, people who haven't been here in a while, some of you guys were here when I called Cardano at 2 cents. Right? We called it XDC before. Remember we were calling it copper? It was Zenfin then. It wasn't even XDC. We've been in this game for a while, so I took the year off to get everything together, build the company. We're now launching funds that are going to be SEC. Yay, SEC. Compliant, CFTC compliant, all that for our clients, our accredited investors. So we're doing those things, which is awesome. And now that we are in Texas, fully, I got the LLCs in 4 different states for finance stuff. We also just did Revelation Research out in Wyoming. If you know anything about Wyoming, you know that is a bank safe haven. So Revelation Research is being there for our future plans as a crypto company. I'm really excited about that, man. And I'm just blown away because, shoot, on Christmas it was 80 degrees here. I don't know where you guys were, but how was your Christmas? How's your New Year's? There's a couple of you in here, man. So say what's up. Catch me up. How's everything going? I see Lee. There you go. Yeah, I'm still dropping off. You guys are just listening to me right now. That's cool. Let me know how you're doing. I'll continue to kick the bucket here. I still have this amazing little. Oop, there's that little drop right there. See this? And I'll get back to that. But this is that letter that I've seen nobody play. They keep reading news articles and stuff about this. I'm the one who literally said, here's the date, and I dropped it, and we're going to go through that later. But in the meantime, some of you guys want to know what is going on with the Bitcoin, right? With the Bitcoin. So just like I said with XRP, I expected this to come down to 40K. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find where it says 40K or lower. Actually, that was literally just the other day. I've been catching every single thing. So let's see. Here we go. What's up next for Bitcoin? Same one. And that's just what I'm looking at. And now, what's frustrating for me is my goal, guys, has always been to help you invest your own money. This is just educational purposes and what I personally do, my personal journey. Some of this stuff I do for clients, obviously, but they are under agreements. So we are not under, and blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Don't listen to me. Blah, 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 blah. Educational purposes. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not your financial advisor. Done. Okay. So this stuff, anyway, it's been crazy to kind of just watch it play out with specifically Bitcoin work its way down to 39.5. Now, how did I get this number? So what I've learned about Bitcoin over the 5 years, well, crypto in general, over the 5 years that I have been in this, right? I've been 5 years now. Whew, that's insane. Is these little wicks right here, when you get those bottoms, it comes back to backtest those. Now, that's not a TA thing. I mean, I'll go in and do a TA thing. That's just something I've noticed with a lot of my different patterns. And so I drew a line right there. That's it. You can see it. I drew right here. It said, you know what? I think that's going to hit. it would just make sense to back test that because these are my targets. You can see these red boxes here, guys, as I'm doing my TA down. Red box, that's, you know, resistance, and then this is my rejection point. You see that I told you about that 50% thing again? There's something I felt like I just heard something behind me. No? Okay. That 50% thing here, it always drops right here. If it rejects off the 50% on the fib, it's coming down at least 5 to 10% below the bottom here. And that brought me to here. See how I drew an arrow? This is where I minimum thought it would come to. I even drew this line here. Minimum, it's coming to 40. But then I looked back and said, well, there's this little wick here. So let's fill all those orders, close that gap, and come all the way down. Not only that, but that also, guys, creates a neckline. Let me go, because that looks really busy. Let me go on a chart that doesn't look so busy. Here we go, guys. This one doesn't look so busy. Running from you. Okay, so when you get here and you look at the 1 day, but a not so busy chart, look what people get. And this is what it's set up. And I saw this a while ago, and it just made sense that it would finish and play itself out. Right? Like, that's what I see. And, you know, a head and shoulders, guys, if you know, you measure here to here, and then you measure the breakdown once it actually breaks down. Oh, that's because the drawing tool's still on there. I was wondering why I kept doing that. And then you measure the breakdown, and that gives you, boom, $10,000 XRP or Bitcoin, which residentially comes back and back tests the previous all-time high, which we have not back tested yet. Right here. Like this area, we came up. No, it was, where was it at? We broke it right here. See this? This area to this area, like these little areas, and then it just fires off, and I'll zoom in. I can tell you. Now, I'm not saying we come back today, but we will come back there. And it's probably going to be this year. So we have little gaps here, and I know that sounds crazy. And this is on the daily. You see how it comes up and then comes back down. And it fills those gaps, and you get those, they'll come back, but that's not my TA, so don't take me on that. This is how we're going to actually do this live to see what I expect. If that was my high and my lower high, so you can see how we got these, right? So let's do that same Fibonacci, trend-based fib extension. You got your high, your low, and your high or low. Based off that, right? We just showed it with XRP, and what did XRP do? Right? We just showed it here. High, low, higher low, or high, low, lower, high. Plays out the full extension. Now, as you can see, it takes time. It runs flat, goes up, goes flat, but it took some time to play out. And that was on the 2 hour, right? That's on the 2 hour. What we're looking at right now, guys, is on the daily. Where did you go? Here we go. On the daily. So this could take a while to play out, and even more. But the full extension of this move says 3407. $34,000 is the extension of this move, saying the absolute bottom of this move is hit. We've only, guys, look, hit 41,000. And I'm going to adjust this real quick because I like the 702. Thank you, Blockchain Backer. He's the one that got me looking at 702 specifically. So I kind of do 702s across the board. And then the 50% is kind of my thing. So it came all the way down to the S1, and you can see this is a pivot. So it broke the pivot, and this is the weekly pivot. Came to S1 exactly where it should. It held support. Back testing this, you got your little extra wick there. There's the wick that we found, the 39.5 wick. See it? Right there. That's how we build this chart. First I take the wick, and then I take an arrow. Not an arrow, I'm an extended line. Here we go. Horizontal ray. Right at the bottom there, boom. Now I know if it wicks past anywhere here, right? This is 307.02 here, but I at least go. So I'm coming here, and this is on the daily. Again, each one has a different time frame, so it can be a little different. But if I'm looking at Bitcoin to answer your question, Bitcoin absolutely could come down here to 3404, right? But here's my issue. If that happens, we're out of structure, right? That now has broken the head and shoulders pattern, because now this pattern right here, right? That pattern right here to go here and stop doesn't work that way. Once it goes here, it's going to do this. Right? That's what would happen. That is not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to go from here to here to here to here, right? And shoot back up. I know I drew this a little. This is here, so ignore that, right? So again, let's draw this correctly. Boom, 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 boom. That's the correct, right? So normally you say break down, but I like that effect that's going to break up from here. And I think tomorrow, this week, that we get a crazy $8,000, $5,000 candle, something $5,000 to $8,000 candle in the day. I think it's coming. And if you guys remember, I remember being on the bank on my bike. I think maybe January 9th of 2020. Was it January of 2020? Yeah, it was. Look at this. I knew it. January 2020. Okay. Where are you at? Is it January? Yeah. Right here. Is this it? Where I saw it over days increase? Yeah, okay. So here we go. This is it. So $6,000 on January, $6,700, and then over the next 5 days, it went $3,000. Now, that doesn't sound a lot, but that's 33%. It increased 33% in 5 days after that. What I am looking at here, right? A little 20% gain. This week, could it be? Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think it's possible. That's what I see right now, though. And so what we're looking at is the daily close. The daily close just kicked in. So let me go to my live chart here. And just as expected, now I can tell you what I expect to happen over the next couple of days now that this has done. Now the daily is closed at 6 p.m. close. I think I have a trade open here that I need to get out of. Oh, I have 279 is set there. I just wanted to see real quick. That's a mana trade. I did a small mana. I've been making a little bit of money off mana. Mana's been killing it. Yes, I love the tech, but the chart, when you're in a chart, you want to see 5-6% swings consistently, right? Depending on what your margin is, and mana keeps going. So this is what I expect from XRP. Now that we got it closed, you see, look at this. The daily 24, now a little rejection, right? This is what I expect. I mean, I would love for it not to happen. But from here, as I said, they say Bitcoin could go to 34, but technically, right, speaking, that doesn't make sense. If we break 39, 34 is going to give us a dead cat bounce, and we're going ahead and going to 20, right? And I know that sounds crazy, but there is not a lot of VPVR, what I call the sand castle, right? That's this stuff over here. My sand, my building blocks, my support that we're building under $1 per XRP, because I've said it 2 years ago, we're going to go to $15 around there, $12 to $15, then come back to $1, right? That's what I see, and so we're building those foundational blocks right now. So that's why Bitcoin has to come all the way back down to 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000, and it's going to do it this year, probably November, December, like 8-9 months from now, we'll probably be down there, if not sooner, second quarter, third quarter. And, you know, I know a 70-80% crash is coming, and I'm expecting, you guys know I expect the financial market to roll over this quarter as well. We've seen 67% drops like that. Just Christmas, shoot, we went from $1 to what? 56 cents. An XRP, 50% crash overnight or something crazy like that, right? Like, we expect that. The question is, are you ready? You know, I've told Lee, since, you know, I don't even know if Lee's in the chat, but a friend of mine, Lee from Houston, says, hey, man, the goal is to preserve your capital. Are you preserving your capital? That is the key, right? If you lose 10% today, you make 12% tomorrow, you got a 12% gain overall, or a 2% gain overall. Well, I guess not technically. 12% today. You get my point. Your goal is to be better 1% each day, as far financially. And so since, you know, I got my little trading chart there, I'm keeping track of what I'm seeing so I can go back and remember and not always staring at the charts. I could take weekends off. Took this weekend off, man. I had my buys set, took the weekend off and was ready. And that's because put in the hard work over the 2 years to seeing this and what these patterns are and what I expect. I mean, to continue it, I wouldn't be surprised to see this, right? One more touch, like I said, and then go. And I mean go, but actually it would probably do this back test go. So could we see this? Boom, boom, breakout, back test, go. Right? This area is a falling wedge and go. That is basically what I am seeing. So my next entry, now I would love for again to come down to 72. I'm gonna put 70.5 cents, man. Like that's what I'm looking at. It's not going to create too much of a lower low. Now, could it continue to go all the way down here and fulfill this, right? Because remember, I've got 2 over here. Oh, really? Come on, man. Is that because you're way down there? I just want to act a fool. I just thought of Ludacris. Act a fool. You remember when Ludacris used to make music? It wasn't driving fast cars. So, oh man, look when you put XRP on the 5-day chart. Look at that. Red, 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 red. You can actually see, oh, this clear as day. Look at that. You can see a big old triangle forming for all of us. For all of us, guys. And people will draw it here. People will draw it here. I'm just going to go right here. This is where I'm going. I got 3 touches. Okay? I got 3 touches. That's all I care about with my triangle is 3 touches. I don't even know. That's not even going to work. I was trying to do something live here, but that's to try to demonstrate. That's not going to work. This will work way better. This will be easier. You can just see it this way. This is your apex. Excuse me. Now, this is how I know it's true. Water is good for you. I bet you that mic picked that up, huh? I'm sorry about that. This is how I know. So, see how it fake breaks low here? There's always a fake out below before it goes up, and I think that's what we're doing here. Man, this chart looks so bullish to me. Some people are freaking out, but bullish. Now, when I say bullish, I am not speaking about Bitcoin. I mean, let me get that clear as day. I'm speaking about coins, specifically in this live stream, XRP. Now, we still got other things that I'd like to talk about that we'll do, but for tonight, it's just this is what I want to talk about, just Bitcoin, XRP. Kind of say hi to you guys. How do you feel about this time? Like a resolution. Then it says, okay, let me answer that first. So the SEC XRP thing. Hold on, let me do this for fun before I go into there. Let me do this for fun. Ready? Transition. Breaking news. I'm just kidding. So, what do I see with the SEC, the lawsuit here? So, Discovery, the last day of Discovery is the 14th, guys. January 14th. And then after that, based on their own litigation, I know you've got Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton and all these lawyers out there. So, I'm taking the information they have said, and I am reiterating it because they're professionals, attorneys, so you listen to the attorneys. But what I've also read at the end, based on the documents, the litigation, they've got a week or 2, if I understand, to at least discuss a settlement after Discovery is over. They have to. At least 7 to 14 days, and that starts on January 14th. That's January 14th to January 21st. Interesting, because I'm expecting fireworks. I'm horrible at time, but I'm expecting fireworks based on that. Go down a little bit, then fire, right? That's around the 13th, 14th. I mean, that really can't get any crazier than that. Let me see something. Let me delete these fake lines real quick. Right? So, here we go. Now we're back. Remember I said I expected to, and I'll just draw this here so you guys can see it. a little smoother for you, right? So I'm expecting this to kind of play down here, right? And then break out. And we always want to see that, 70% is the key to break north. If this thing goes more than 70%, it's going south. Now, that's not all the time. That's not a fact, Jack, but that's pretty close. So here, 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 here. Look at that. 15th. The timing is in this area. This is the breakout area, right? This is 70% of the way through, this area right here. And look what day this is. 14th. That's the last day of the discovery. So, it's interesting that charts and timing and all this, blockchain backer will tell you that for sure, that this crazy, that's how that goes out. So that's what I see with the lawsuit. For there, let me answer your next question. It says, based on what you said regarding the potential crash coming, should I put half of my portfolio in stable coins, buy back once the market crashes? I'm not going to answer that question. Here's what I'll say there, though, man. Do what's best for you. What I am doing, I don't get out until I get my targets. One of our targets, that was Crow. And I tweeted this out and put in some things recently. Crow, target was 96 cents. We got it under a penny. We got it when it was MCO. Then we switched everything over to CRO. And now we got out, and then it corrected 50%. So once it hits your targets, then I'm getting out. I expect this massive crash to be after the bull run, obviously, right? Because then the money needs to flow out into something else, and it's going to flow into the U.S. dollar. Like, that's what's going to happen, because they're not going to let the dollar fail. Instead, it's going to say, we have a great thing going on here, guys. We're going to use our dollar for something else. And this is actually a really great segue into something else, and that is this letter right here. So let me go ahead and go to my live feed and hit that backup window for you so you guys can see, and switch this on over. Money. All right. So this is that letter that I just said, and like I said, TikTok is going crazy over. It's got 10,000 plus views. And if you guys don't follow me on TikTok yet, man, hit me up. I just started the channel. And I guess that's the way to do. I'm not going to be like a Parable Bull and start an OnlyFans. I don't think the wife will allow me to have an OnlyFans page. What do you think? But I don't think that's definitely allowed. So here's this letter, bro. People wanted to know where I got it from. And I'm not going to give you the source who got this link to me. But she got it to me. So here you go. It's a letter from the Board of Governors, Federal Reserve, or to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, responding back from Stephen Kinley, who is the Senior Vice President of Payments of the America's Banker of Payments. Come on, and we're in XRP, cross-border payments, remittances, Nostro accounts, instant settlements. Anyway, this was on January 3rd, 2022. And this section, if anything, if people want to see, this is the section to show people. I did a YouTube video the other day, got like 50 views. And then someone read an article somewhere and they got like 20,000, right? But this is the actual document. Because I don't like news, I like documents. So here you can see here, the American Bankers Association, ABA, appreciates the opportunity to comment on the opportunity to comment. That means, hey, we're going to, the Federal Reserve said, we're going to do this, but let's see what other people want to do. So, hey, ABA, hey, Clearinghouse, hey, the ISO 20022 folks, hey, Swift, all those. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're planning as America, right? America. We're great, America. What do you think? Well, this is what they had to say. It said, Miss Missback. Miss Missback. I almost said Miss Mayback. It says, appreciates the opportunity to comment on the notice of adoption. On the notice of adoption of message format and request for comment regarding the FedWire Fund Service, FedWire, which we talked about this during the CARES Act of 2020, right? When they dropped that and tried to do the first stimulus package, they were going to do the FedWire and the FedNow wallets. Remember, I talked about that. Go check out the podcast. Well, looky here. FedWire again, being called a conspiracy theorist, and ISO 20022. You got to love it because it's all there. It says ABA supports the migration to a new message format that allows for greater detail to be associated with each payment. We believe a well-executed implementation plan is essential for the switchover in November 2020. Yes, I said it. Hold on. I didn't mean to blow your ear out. I apologize. We believe that a well-executed implementation plan is essential for the what? The what? Switch over in November 2023, and recommendations to achieve this are included in this response. So here's how we're going to do it. The notice plans for making the migration to ISO 20022 for Fedwire on a single day. On a single day, no earlier than November 2023, guys. So to answer your question, Dr. CCO, there you go. There's them doing it. Now, we know as a smokescreen. It can always be a smokescreen. But this is what the documentation says. A single day approach. Oh, it says no earlier than November 2023 instead of the phased approach originally considered in 2028. So at the top of the bull market before, they were going to slowly phase. When it popped in 2018, right? Bitcoin hit 20,000, XRP hit 340 something, and everyone made a lot of money, or you got caught in bags, right? One of the two. Here, that was the top, and they said, you know, we'll slowly phase it in. Now they're saying, flip the switch. Flip the switch. In one day, a single day switch means, right here, a single day switch means that all participants in the system must have thoroughly tested their systems rigorously. Ooh, did y'all miss me? Or the system will be disrupted. What does that mean? They've been testing it. England, France, Bank of Brazil, all these payment places that I talked about 2 summers ago, right? Or that were testing it. They had to all test it. They're saying everyone has to be completed their testing. So if you've seen King Solomon or the Bull or the Working Money Channel or whoever saying so-and-so has completed their testing. So-and-so has completed their testing. That's because this is where it's going. This is the real deal right here. It says it is important to notice that this addition to the Fedwire, the clearinghouse also operates the private sector wire clearing systems, chips, right? Like Swift, but then chips. Any transition to ISO 20022 must be carefully coordinated between the two systems. You know what? I don't know who's going to see this, but as long as you guys have seen it, man, share this information because this is the real info. The news articles don't say anything because this is saying this is what we expected. Here's the question. Hey, ABA, do you support a single day strategy? Yes, it's the best. Hey, American Bankers Association, should the reserve banks implement ISO 20022 for Fedwire in November 2023? Like, is that the best date for it? Like, so you say you want to do a single date. Awesome. So now that you have a single date, is this the best date? And here's their answer. This is important. Listen to how thought out this is. Yes, November 2023 is the preferred timeline for Fedwire to migrate to ISO 20022. It is important to launch on the same day as chips, the clearinghouse. That's the clearinghouse wiring system. Chips. That has to go the same day. Big. The private sector. That's the private sector. The clearinghouse is the private sector. We request that 2 specific weekends in November 2023 be considered for the transition. We recommend avoiding launching on Veterans Day. Don't do Veterans Day, guys. Why? Because that weekend has larger than expected value we expected Monday because it's a 3-day weekend. So it's a high trading day after Veterans Day. Listen to that. High trading day, guys. Don't want to make too much noise. We recommend also avoiding the weekend following Thanksgiving because larger volume is expected on Monday. Another large weekend. Too much trading volume. We want to keep it down. Shh. Low key. Hey, keep it low key. With those restrictions, we recommend that ISO 20022 migration take place over the weekend on November 3rd and 4th, 2023. At worst, November 17th and 18th of 2023. This allows for 2 weeks to address any remaining issues and still meet the target launch date of November 2023. This is the launch date, guys, that is set in stone. Now, why do I say that? Well, let me get there. Should the reserve banks and the clearinghouse do it on the same day? Yes. Do you have any challenges, like working with Swift? Look at this. Do you have any resource restraints or challenges to meet the November 23 deadline, like working on Swift's ISO 20022 migration? Or FedNow going live in 2023? Come on. FedLive going live in 2023. The Swift migration here in November 2022. People are going to think markets, that's the bottom of the market, I think, there anyway, around that time. And it says, here's a response. No bank has unlimited resources. Swift implementation of the ongoing FedNow development with a stated launch date of 2023 will compete for staffing and testing resources along with the FedWire ISO 20022 implementation. These demands make it even more important that the Federal Reserve banks provide more information about the testing and implementation plan as soon as possible and in as granular detail as possible to allow banks and their partners to map out their own internal plans and determine how best to allocate their resources to meet the November 2023 date. Oh, I'm not going to the entity data stuff. This is right now. This is not 5 years ago. This letter is from 7 days ago. Last Monday, this letter dropped. The notice mentioned that the board would be issuing a proposal in 2022 concerning extending the operating hours of the FedWire and the National Settlement Service, NSS. We recognize that we live in a 24/7, 365 world and that our payment infrastructure needs to reflect that reality. That's us, right? However, with regard to bank resources already being pushed to the limit, we request that the board consider the effect any additional system development projects such as extending operating hours. We'll have the projects already underway, including FedNow, Swift, FedWire. None of these initiatives exist in a vacuum. Nothing's on its own. Guys, everything's together. The Great Reset. Just saying. The Great Reset. It's here. You will own nothing and be happy by 2023. United Nations have stated it. World Economic Forum has stated it. You will own nothing and be happy in 2023. Not if you're following this channel. Now that we're back, I waited a year. I let all those bullish people do all this, right? Now we're back. We're in reality. People are fearful of the markets. People are scared. This is when we buy. Look at this news. The SEC lawsuit's almost done. Beating us down. We're almost done. Do your own research or come hook up with me. I'll do the research for you, but I'm not buying for you, but I'll at least show it to you because this is important, man. Financial freedom is the whole point of this show. Financial freedom, spiritual freedom, because Christ is my Lord and Savior, so you already know that part, right? It's important. But outside of spiritual freedom and our Savior and his sacrifice, right? Financial freedom. What are we going to do on our time on earth? If you had financial freedom, what would you do with it? If you knew you could find the things to invest in and you could see a crystal ball into the future, would you do it? Well, we have seen a crystal ball into the future. Price action's not reflecting, but it's there. Look at it slowly. 2018, they were going to do it slowly. And they said, nope, we're going to do it all at once and we're going to shake them out. We're going to shake the whole system out. The algos, the quants, the XDCs, the HBARs, the XLMs, the Solanas, the Cardanos, the XRPs, knocking all that out. We're going to beat them down until they're gone. Now, you guys say, well, what happens if they don't do this, right? Is there any detail in this notice? Number 5. Do you have any concerns about the Reserve Bank testing strategy and requirements? Are we not doing it right? Yes, we have serious concerns about the lack of detail contained in the notice. There's not a lot of detail. Give us some more detail. This launch date is less than 24 months away, and the testing plans are needed as soon as possible. Do you remember that guy, Klaus Schwab? Klaus Schwab from Germany? World Economic Forum. There will be a cyber attack. Prepare, right? The guy that looks like a James Bond villain. This is, I believe, they're going to test it. On the cyber attack, it gets tested. Then we launch. When? I don't know. Don't know when it's tested. But we do know November 2023 is our date. So you best believe I will be fully loaded before then. I'm fully loaded now. But I will be taking profits, right? To answer Dr. CC, we got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to close this down soon. We will be taking profits and take advantage of the market. We're doing tips and all of those things soon. But let me read this last part to you. How much time would you need to test your messages and the standards? We need 6 months testing. Would 9 months testing be enough? We request 12 months of testing in this environment. DIT, second DIT, these are just other stuff that I really don't understand. But here we go. Do you have any concerns about the back out strategy? So November 2023 is our date and to be tested. And what happens? Are you going to back out? Are you worried about backing out? Well, here's what it says. The ABA. Steven, let's tell Miss Back what the ABA says. We recognize the need for a back out strategy. Like, we recognize the need for a back out strategy. Like, yo, is there a plan B? But we have concerns about the tight time frame currently being considered. No, there's not a plan B. We're going YOLO. As proposed, the decision to halt the migration would be made on Saturday, November 3rd. So if they made a decision to do it, they'd say on November 3rd, we're not doing it, effective on Monday, November 5th. This provides only 2 days of notice for banks to revert back to the legacy format. This will cause a significant problem for banks that have prepared large numbers of wires in advance using ISO 20022. Oh my gosh, that means before they let the volume come through. The volume is coming through. Oh my gosh, I can see 3 figures XRP in my eyesight right now. When the volume comes through, HBAR, XDC, Algo, XLM. When it comes through, it's going to be massive. We recommend that the board establish an earlier date. So if we're going to delay this, they need at least 9 days. So they're saying middle of October, end of October. If they delay it, that's when they'll delay it. As of right now, guys, as of right now, the board should finalize all the requirements and milestone dates as soon as possible and in as much detail as possible and communicate this information to financial institutions and the entire vendor community. This information should include publishing the detailed and final ISO standards to the Swift My Standards site as soon as possible to enable financial institutions and their vendors to begin implementation. The board should launch a comprehensive education and training campaign through webinars, online training, and in-person workshops. The ABA will be pleased to provide support the board to ensure this takes place. Mr. John Giz, what's going on, brother? This is it. Stephen K. Kinley, Senior Vice President, Payments. This is it. You can even email in here, but don't email him. Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. Don't email. Okay? Yeah? Okay. Is we okay? Not gonna do that? Not gonna email? Promise? With that said, guys, that's what I see. This is where we are. I think like I said, we've done the major full extension where I am satisfied. Again, I don't mind a little bit of extra move to come down to retouch and then be off and running. So let me go ahead and go here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You guys got any questions for me? Let me see it. I don't think there's too much here in the chat. I just want to come back and say hi, man. Please hit that like button. I just want to get an hour in and send me if you guys enjoy 5:30 to 6:30. We'll go live. We'll do this every day. And then we'll just be done. We'll kick it up because for sure I am going to have, there we go, let's do that. I'm going to have the daily drops, right? I'm going to have the daily drops, so you won't have to worry about any of that stuff. I'll keep you updated and see you guys regularly. Let's see here. I haven't created a little intro for the Crypto and Christ part yet, but I'll tell you guys what I started doing. I'm a little behind because the kids started school. I don't even know where it is. Here it is. I did my little monthly. You guys can see. Start my monthly reading for my word. And I got a little journal back there that we're reading. I just know, the first 5 words of the Bible, which is most important when you remember all of this, is in the beginning. Oh, it's the first 3 Bibles, right? In the beginning, God. 4. In the beginning, God. That's what I try to remember, right? Keep him at the beginning of everything. It's so important to keep him at the center of your life, despite how much money or how little money you're making. Married, single, homeless, homeowner, prison, warden, depending who you are, where you are. I hope that you continue to keep, if you're not a believer in Christ yet, just keep your life centered on who the Creator is. And if you find the creation and beauty around you, it will just make things be more simple. Less worry, more celebration, right? Less worry, more celebration. Because in the beginning, God, despite all of these crazy things going on in our world, and some people, if you know me, you know my story. I wrote a book. I don't need to go in all that. But, I have been in the world. I've been to the top, to the bottom, and now I'm at a higher high, right? I didn't go high. I didn't go higher high, low, higher low. I went higher high because the Lord has lifted me up, and He causes me to celebrate and not worry. And, the charts are the charts. They're going to do what they do, but the TA has been on point. He's given us this gift to see this, and I just appreciate all of you. So before I get out of here, please hit that like button. Thank you, guys. I'm happy for one like. I'm happy for one view. Again, follow the TikTok, all the social media stuff. And besides that, it's good to see you, John. John came by, Lee came by, Dr. CCO, and Bullish XRP, man. Thank you guys so much. It is just wonderful to see all of you. Let's do this again tomorrow. National Championship game tonight. Guys, I'm an Auburn guy. Really, I'm an Illinois fan, but really, I went to Auburn. So, Auburn's biggest rival is Alabama. Go Bulldogs. Let's get it done. Besides that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. That's it. I'm done. So, let me get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this next part, and we are going to get out of here. Love you guys. See you soon. God bless. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and do the thing that people do on social media. At Twitter, at TikTok, New Creation Capital. Let us know, guys. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great